Hello, boys and girls. Happy Star Wars Day. Today is May 4th, and so I have my Star Wars hairdo and I have my Star Wars t-shirt on. So may the 4th be with you. Our story that we are reading this week is called We Learn to Swim, and you have a copy of this story in your orange folder. So you can take it out and follow along as we read together. Before we read, I want to know, do any of you or have any of you been swimming before? Awesome. What are some things that you do when you're swimming? You jump in the pool. Sure. Splash. What else? Kick. Good. Maybe you blow bubbles in the water. Awesome. So we're going to go through it and we're going to see some things that the kids in this story do when they are learning to swim. So let's do a picture walk and then we'll take a look at our words that we need to know. All right, we learn to swim. And our focus question for this story are, what skills do people practice as they learn to swim? We're going to try and answer that by the end of the week. What skills do people practice as they learn to swim? All right, so let's take a look here. I can see everyone is here at the pool. All right, it looks like some kids are really excited. What do you think about this kid? How is he feeling about swimming? Yeah, he could be nervous or scared. Yeah, it can be scary learning to swim. Let's see. Oh, there they are, blowing bubbles in the water. What are they doing in this picture? Yeah, it looks like they're kicking the water. Let's see what else. Oh, she's learning to swim in the water. All right, he's got a pool noodle that he's floating on. Those are some helpful tools to help you learn to swim. Going under the water. Make sure you plug your nose so you don't get any water in it. Yeah, so now they're floating on their back, learning to float. Nice. You can see that they have these goggles to protect their eyes from the water. Ooh, what are they doing in this picture? Yeah, jumping in the water. Awesome. Right? I think this is the same kid from the beginning of the story. How does he look now towards the end of the story? He's looking happier about swimming. Looks like he's having fun. Nice, right? You can see that they're all swimming in the water. They're doing a nice job. All right, so let's go back to the beginning of our story. We're going to look at the words to know box, and then we'll read our story together. So right here, all right, words to know. I want you to repeat the word after me. Dunk, float, learning, paddle, practice, swim. Very nice job. What does it mean to dunk? Yeah, so in this story, dunking means to go under the water, where you dunk your head under the water. All right, very nice job. What does it mean to paddle? Sometimes you think of paddle like paddling a boat, but when you're swimming, it's with your arms, right? You paddle. Very nice. All right, so let's take a look at our story, and we are going to read it together. In this story, you're going to notice that it has a pattern that it follows, or text that's repeated throughout the story. And if you look on page 4, you can see this pattern. The first sentence is going to start with "it is," and then you're going to see one of the days of the week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to go through the whole week. And then the next phrase that's repeated is "we learn to." And we're going to see that on each page. And then there's a new skill that is learned in order to learn how to swim. All right, so let's start here. All right, and we're going to read it together. We are learning to swim this week. What are we going to learn? Turn the page. Ready? Here's that pattern we talked about. It is Monday. We learn to blow bubbles. Right? I can see that they're blowing bubbles in the picture. And then I also use those sounds, blow, to help me and match that up with the words, right? I still want to use my sounds and not just guess based on the picture, but the picture can help me try and figure out what those words are if I'm not sure. All right, so let's read it again. It is Monday. We learn to blow bubbles. Good job. It is, that comes after Monday. Tuesday. Yep, it is Tuesday. We learn to kick. Right? I can sound that out if I'm not sure. It is Wednesday. We learn to paddle. That was one of our words to know, paddle, where you move your arms and paddle the water. It is Thursday. We learn to, here's another one of our words to know. What was that word when you put your head under the water? What do we call that? Dunk. Yeah, let's read it one more time. It is Thursday. We learn to dunk. Very nice. It is Friday. We learn to float. It is Saturday. We learn to jump. You can see that he's jumping in the picture, and I can use those sounds. Jump and blend them together. It is Sunday. Now we practice what we have learned. You can see that our pattern changed a little bit on that last page. It still had our day of the week. It is Sunday. But now that they've learned all their skills, now they're practicing. All right, let's read it one more time. It is Sunday. Now we practice what we have learned. Very nice. All right. So thinking about our story, who are the characters in our story? The kids that are learning to swim. Very nice. And what is the setting of our story? Setting is where the story takes place. Yeah, so they're at a pool. That's where they're learning to swim, at a pool. What are some of the skills that they needed to learn in order to learn how to swim? Remember some of them? We can look through our story, or you can look through your copy at home as well. Yeah, so blowing bubbles was a skill. What else? Kicking, good. What else? Paddle, yeah, we can flip through. Dunk, float, jump, and then they practice everything they've learned. So that those can help us answer that focus question that we looked at the beginning of the story. Go back to our focus question here. What skills do people practice as they learn to swim? So remember, we want to restate that question. The skills people practice as they learn to swim, and then we can list off some of those skills that we just read about in our story. Awesome. All right, there's some activities that are posted in Seesaw that go along with this book, and you also have some copies in your orange folder of the worksheets that go with this book. Today I want you to do a reading of the story, so read it to yourself, read it to a family member, read it as many times as you can to practice reading and getting really good at reading this story. And then go on Seesaw and you can do a recorded reading so that I can hear you read as well. All right, thanks for watching.